What's up, guys? Day 30 is now in the books, and just out here having a morning walk here in the mountains. As I mentioned the other day, I started playing $5 hyper turbos on Poker Stars with the plan of trying to see about moving up and see what kind of level I can get to. Hyper turbos are a little bit different than the games I normally play. Without getting into the boring details of it, the difference ends up meaning that you need to get a lot better at the small nuanced math. Whereas in the games that I normally play, you kind of have a lot more time to wait for good spots, wait for opportunities to make money, rather than simply having to kind of take early decisions because you might not get another one later. And so from the standpoint of strategy, I can play these games and I can spend a bunch of time studying them and getting good at them, and it would increase my poker hourly. Probably, I would guess that it's possible to get my hourly above $40 and maybe even up to $50. Poker Stars has cartels, which means if you play, I think it's 2,000 games against the guys that are in it, and you win more than 50% of your games, like 1,001 games or more, you're in. And then you just can play basically recreational players for most of your days. So the ceiling on those is pretty decent. I'm estimating $50 an hour. I don't know for sure, but I also know that those games have bigger swings. Just playing the $5 games there, just trying to get the ropes, and I've had swings of like 10 buy-ins already, and we've only played maybe 100 games at them. And when I thought about if I studied for 30 hours in 30 days, the way I did earlier this year with my normal games, I thought about what if I spend that 30 hours on making better videos, making better videography choices, making more cinematic, just regular day-to-day videos. And it's a real trade-off, because on the one hand, I know that getting better at hyper turbos will also help me win more money at turbos, my regular game. So in the next 4 to 6 months, that will potentially make me more money. But poker online could go away in a year, it could go away in 2 years, it could go away in 10 years. I don't know. But YouTube isn't going anywhere, I don't think. And so if I have 30 hours to allocate to something, and one of those things is potentially going to make me money for right away, and the other has the ability to make me money for years, it's kind of a difficult spot to be in, because until you actually try, you really don't know what your ceiling is, especially in the YouTube aspect of it, where it's more unknown. And that's kind of the crossroads I'm at today. I'm trying to think, is it worth spending all 30 hours on poker because I can make more money and then I can dedicate more time to YouTube? Or should I study, 5 to 10 hours on poker and then spend the rest of my time getting better at YouTube? I'm gonna have to figure that out over the next few days. Probably, I'm thinking 25 hours on YouTube at the moment, and 5 hours on hyper turbos. So yesterday, I spent a bunch of time thinking about this. It was a laundry day as well, so that ate into my overall productivity. I spent a couple hours working on YouTube. I spent about an hour trying to think about different videos that I could make for my baseball channel, for this channel, and I'm starting to work on writing scripts, because I think if I come up with a script for the coffee video before I film it, it'll make the process a lot easier. I'm thinking of going to a bunch of different places in Vancouver, like the art gallery, the science world, maybe go on some kind of a boat ride, and if I have a script ahead of time, I think it'll make the journey a lot more interesting for the viewer. The Huckberry YouTube channel does a lot of voiceovers for these videos they make about food, and they also make a bunch of videos about kind of cozy homes that people have. A lot of artists or architects or former surfers and all that kind of stuff have these cool living spaces, and I'm trying to basically copy them in terms of making more interesting videos, because I can watch those all day. And so that's kind of what I did yesterday, watched a few of those and tried to think about what kind of things I could integrate into this video. So for example, the mountain shot you see at the beginning after the van shot, those are kind of video shots that I've seen these channels do that I think are kind of cool. And I'm just gonna try to add these little things in every day. Anyways, I got 3 hours of poker done, 2 hours of YouTube. Subscriber count is now 831. We're still on pace for over 900 for the 90 days, which is right where we want to be. I said to myself 850 would be probably enough to convince me to continue. And we're gonna hit that pretty soon, probably by the end of July if I had to bet. And yeah, overall, I'm still feeling good about how things are going. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.